me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best, 'cause it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best. Yes, it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne.
Away the lads.
Hi, Harry, mate.
Hi Dave, how are you?
Still a little bit hoarse. It was one of
Good.
the best. Last night was one of the best atmospheres for a long time. Really
That's happy days. Dave. Different players, different management, of course, will lead to different results. Welcome, lads and lasses, to our show, Alwaleed and Dave show. We're supposed to have David Craig with us, but as you see, he's more injured than Dave from yesterday game. But Dave, thank Dave for you are trying hard and don't care about your injury and made it to the show.
Yeah, it'll just be as bad next Monday as well after the Aston Villa game. It comes and goes.
Yeah, so we didn't want to give you a hard question or a hard subject to talk, but just tell us in quite few words your feeling and your take on the game.
Oh, wait. If you look at that picture there, the first picture with Alan Maximo, I was like to the right-hand corner, that left-hand corner, that it was honestly the game was the first 20 minutes was a bit them and us, but we got more into it, and they weren't having very many attempts on target. They were very, very rough, and they created two of their own injuries. You know what I mean? It was like two of their best players, Andre Gray, got injured straight away because of the challenges he was putting in. It was that sort of game, you know. It was like end to end and without much happening, and then we just seemed to step up the pace with the new lads. Trippier, we all know he's out of this world, you know, for a player who's he's 30. You know, he's still got years to go. If he can keep playing like that, fantastic. And you know, there was a couple of times last night when he was crosses were coming in from, whether it was Shaw or it was coming in from Shelby or anybody else, he was taking the ball. There was one point where he was in the corner where the Gallagher was, and there was a ball played to where the corner was, and he took it on his toe and just killed it dead on his toe, you know, and then laid it off to Alan Maxwell. You know, it's just like that's just the quality of the bloke. The man's got so much quality, and not just about playing the game, but managing the game. He manages the game. He manages the players around him. He's class. He's quality. I'd hate to think when he came off the pitch last night, he came off with a bit of an injury. I just hope it was a bit of cramp, because the lad was all over the place, and you know, he came off. I just hope he's not injured. I hope he's not. We're certainly not a bad injury. I hope if it is an injury, it's one of these which clear up in a couple of days. I'm sure he'll be playing against Aston Villa, because he's just a quality player. And
he play 100%, and when you play more than 100%, usually you will get injury, unfortunately. But what do you think of his spirit? I think it was contagious to the players. We noticed all the players around him because Trippier, as we saw, all newspaper in England talking about Trippier in the big title over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly about Trippier spirit, and we see the players. They were very excited, and they are also put some effort as well.
Yeah, he's, like I say, he's a good man manager. He can. This is why he will be. I think he will be captain anytime soon, because he's got a great way of managing his fellow players around him. He puts his arm around players, and great.
Yeah, not to mention the referee. He really put the pressure on the referee, which we need.
Yeah, the way he talks to the referee is completely different the way some other people talk to him. So he was good at that. Good communicator. He was a good communicator.
No, it wasn't just about communicating, as it's he know how to put pressure and shouting in professional way, which can make the referee give him a yellow card. He can do. He can really negotiate hardly without mistake.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
Experience. That's why he needs to be a captain.
It does, and that, and I think what I think what Mitchell was saying.
What is the shithousery? What does it mean, baby?
Shithousery just means cleverness and taking the mickey. And that's what he did. He was, he's whether it was San Maximan or whether it was Guimaraes, somebody's got that talent in him that are taking the mickey out of other players. And Guimaraes, the back heel, where he completely fooled two Everton defenders. Two Everton defenders was marking him, and he just back heeled it, and they were like, "Where's the ball?" And that's called shithousery. He was mucking them about. He was absolutely mucking them about. But so was Sam Maximan, and so was Trippier. But Trippier's also got as well. He gets his players, gets the players around him. He gets them. He understands them. And he's good at making his point on behalf of his fellow players. He's not frightened to make his mouth go. He stood up a couple of times to some of the players, some of the Everton players who were being quite naughty. Some of the challenges they were putting in. Like they say, the stamp from Dele Alli on Joe Linton. Trippier was one of the first ones there in the pitch, remonstrating with him. He was, he's not frightened of getting somebody's face, but he does it a professional way. He does it professionally. He's not going to get sent off for doing what he's doing.
Trippier play every game he played with Newcastle was amazing, but yesterday was special. What do you think the reason that Trippier was outstanding last night? Is it because the team gets better? Is it because our condition on stake? What do you think the reason is?
I think the reason is probably a little bit of both of that, and also the fact is that our team is getting better, not much better, but they're being coached better. And players are becoming more fitter. And there's not so much reliance on one player all the time. It's not just San Maximan, it's all the players. It's Wood. I mean, my opinion of Willock in the first 20 minutes, I would have took Willock off in the first 20 minutes. He was making mistake after mistake after mistake, but he was getting the support of the players around him. And that's what helps. And if you got your team playing better, your team's playing better, and they're more fitter, and they're more clued up as to what and how they're supposed to fit in with all the other players, makes a big difference. It's not like playing under Steve Bruce, where we just went on the pitch and did your own thing, with Eddie Howe and in Tyndall, they've got a system which way they're playing, and I think that's suiting all the players at the moment. And we're getting the best out of the players now, much more than what we were at the beginning of the season, and a lot more in the last 3 or 4 since Howe came. Howe has made a massive difference into how the players play, and Joe Linton's the prime example. That makes a difference. So that's where we are. And that's why Trippier had a much better game yesterday, because he's building more confidence about what he can do and how he can play in that system. So I think he was more confident and he had a bit more freedom last night, because Fraser was taking so much work off him that he didn't have to do all the work anymore. He could play Fraser in. Him and Fraser's got a good understanding down that right wing. I can't see that changing. I can't see Almiron getting back on this team. I think Almiron might be one of those, might be a player to make way. I think Almiron might be one of the players that leaves in the summer.
Regarding Willick, I think he, maybe at start, but he did great, and I think he become better. I think the pressure, when he came at the beginning of the season, he was the only sign, and he never been training very well at starting with the team. So I think now the pressure is much low now. There is other players and experienced players, so the teams feel relaxed. The original team feel better because they have good players helping them.
Yeah,
and they have the pressure. The new players, they get the pressure, and they are now. And the original team trying to do better.
Yeah,
I think this is what happened. Target was amazing yesterday. Was decent left back. He looked like he playing with the team for years.
Yeah, he did. He was he fitted in straight away. And it's like I think it's just a pity he can't play on Sunday, because you'd want your players to play another game. So he played last night, and you want him to play again straight away, because you want to keep that spirit moving. But because Aston Villa is his parent club, he can't play against Aston Villa. So it looks like Dan Burn will probably play. If not Dan Burn, it'll probably be Manquillo, I would think, to come in on Sunday.
What do you think, Dave, of the owners? We see Merdad and the Banda, they were very excited before the game. And I think because, we know the January month was very, it was very busy. And I think they were been busy before that month. So I think they were excited to see the result of the signings, because you saw how many players we've been linked. And finally, we get the five members.
Yeah, I think before the game, they'd be quite hopeful that the money they'd spent would be proven to be the right money. And it's like the Magnificent Five.
Yes.
But I think the way the players, the way the owners were thinking before the game was, they'd be thinking, let's just hope this has been the right £95 million that we've spent. Let's hope it's the best £95 million we've spent. And then to watch the game and see that investment actually pay off. That investment was shining through last night. Whether it was Trippier, whether it was, it didn't have to pay much for Target other than a loan fee. But
I think Target will stay.
But I think it's a good chance Target will stay. It depends, mind you. It depends, because let's not forget, if we stay up, we'll
stay up.
Yeah, I've got to say, if we will stay up. I know we're probably 100% that we are, me and you. But if we stay up, then we're going to attract some of the world's best players. Will your Matt Targets, will your Chris Woods, will your Joe Willicks actually fit in with our plans, with our future plans? You know,
Right.
you know, some people were talking tonight on the show tonight, talking about like Phil Foden. You know, I can't see him leaving Man City, but if we're linked with players like Phil Foden and Jack Grealish and Zapata from Inter Milan and you know, Haaland from, you know, BVB. You know, there's teams like, there's players like that we could attract in the summer. There might not be a place for your targets. So if we don't make those high class signings, then I think Target will stay. I think he will stay.
Brahim saying regarding Target, he said the Target was a player of the season for Aston Villa last season. If that's true, why they bring Lucas Dean then?
Because obviously I think Target's contract was coming to an end, and I think they wanted to. He didn't want to stay. He was looking to move on to bigger and better things other than Aston Villa.
But they call it as a dry. I don't know in English, but they call it as dry loan.
A what loan?
Dry loan. Target was dry loan. It's mean like loan. You're saying dry loan?
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's mean like it's no obligation of buying. A straight what
loan.
You call it?
Just a straight player
straight
loan.
Straight loan. Yeah, we call it in Arabic dry loan. So
right, no, just a straight loan. Yeah, it was just a straight loan. That
So what does that mean? Is that what does it mean?
No option to buy at the end.
That means they have few months left. I mean, the contract with Villa.
So he's got a contract which is due to come to an end. He can then negotiate his own move away if he wants to. So you know, he can. There's no option to buy. So because he will just move away where he wants to move away to. So we don't have to buy him, but what he's doing, he's putting himself in the shop window. That if somebody else wants to come and buy him, they can do that. And he's technically doing that. He's putting himself in the shop window. But it might be the shop window that, you know, he's put him in that we say we'll buy you. But and again, it could be one of these ones who, like Jesse Lingard. Lingard was only wanting to come to Newcastle for 6 months because he saw him going somewhere else. He saw himself going somewhere else, and he just wanted to come to Newcastle so that he could get his place for the England squad for the World Cup. You know, I don't think Target's like that. I don't think Target's doing anything like that. I think Target's just simply a guy. His contract's coming to an end. He wants to play football, and he will decide what he wants to do at the end of that loan period. Simple as that.
Exactly, mate. See, now this is our lineup last night, and what would you change? Apparently, this is the formation. This is the lineup. What you would change, Dave?
Well, I think we've got to bring Guimaraes in. He's got to start on Sunday.
Instead of whom?
Willick. Yeah, because Willick has improved. Willick has improved. But I think an improvement compared to constant is a big difference. And I think Guimaraes will give us a constance, continuity. Whereas Willick he's only just come good in the last couple of games against Leeds and against Everton last night. Other parts of the season, he hasn't been at his best. So I think that if Guimaraes comes in, I think that's where Guimaraes will come in. Willick will take a place on the bench. and he'll come on as an impact player like he used to, and come on like say with 15, 20 minutes to go. But I think that's one place which we swapped out for Sunday. And the other obvious one is that Target can't play, so either you bring Dan Burn in and you push or you bring Manquillo in.
Yeah, Manquillo can do it. Do it.
Yeah.
But if you play Dan Burn, who will you replace? Fabian Schär or Jamal Lascelles?
It'll be Shaw. Again, he's not a consistent player. He has had his problems. He has had his problems.
Okay.
And you can't drop Lascelles because Lascelles is the captain.
Exactly.
Unless Lascelles has got an injury. But so if anybody, it would be Shaw. So for the two players to come in, Guimaraes and Dan Burn, it would be Shaw and Joe Willock who would step down.
Okay, what about the right back if Trippier injury as well?
If Trippier's injured, let's not go there. He's not injured. He's not injured. I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, hopefully. Are you happy with Fraser and Wood?
Yes, I'm happy with Fraser.
Wood.
I'm happy with Wood as well.
Okay,
Wood's putting himself about.
Exactly.
Makes it difficult.
Just a quick look on Everton. What's going wrong with Everton? They have great players.
What's going wrong with Everton?
Yes, I noticed that they have not bad defense. Also, they have good players in the middle as well as
They're not a team. They're individuals.
Individual. You mean they are individual more than team?
Yeah.
So wrong choosing of the players.
Richarlison plays for himself. Damari Gray plays for himself.
I think this is because the choosing of the players. Ancelotti, he was coaching, then Benitez, and now Lampard. This mix and with the money problem they have, and but from the names, really they have great names, but maybe just need, as you said, they are not a good organized or good team.
No, I think they've got players on their team who want to shine, who want to stand out.
Yeah.
Which is why they've signed players like.
Do you think Dele Alli and Van de Beek regret that they didn't join Newcastle?
I think they'll regret joining Everton. I'm not. I tell you what, I'm not regretful that we didn't sign them after last night's display. They showed me nothing last night as to why we would be interested in them. Yeah, actually, it's very weird. Especially Van de Beek. Yeah. Dele Alli, this is nothing changed, but Van de Beek, I thought he's better. The only thing that changed about Dele Alli was his hairstyle.
Yes, exactly. Back to the
hairstyle last night.
Yeah, no, that was the original. Now, in coming minutes, Norwich against Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Southampton, Man City, Brentford. So, Aston Villa and Leeds as well.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, okay. I think the most important game for us is Norwich and Crystal Palace. What do you think the result will be?
Depends where they're playing.
They depend on Norwich home.
They're playing Norwich home. That'll be a draw then. That'll be a draw.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see about that. Yeah. So Aston Villa will play now today. Aston Villa will play today with Leeds. What do you expect?
Aston Villa will win.
Aston Villa. So this is our opponent Sunday, after 2 days. No, 3 days. After 3 days. So what's your expectation? What do you think? Are they we know that for sure. I'm happy. I'm very happy about the result yesterday. I'm very amazed. But let's be a little bit honest. We beat Everton home and away with the Steve Bruce. It's not something new. But Aston Villa is much better team. So what do you think we're gonna do?
Well, I think Aston Villa are playing better under Steven Gerrard than what they were before, and they have certainly got better. They haven't got brilliant, but they have got better. But I think it'll be a tight one. It'll be 1-0 or 2-1 to Newcastle. 1-0, 2-1. Yeah, I think the Coutinho will show us what he can do, but I don't think Lucas Digne is going to give them anything different. And they sold their best player in Grealish. So no, I can't see Aston Villa coming to us and dominating like sometimes they have in the past. But I think we'll win. It'll be a tight game though. It'll be a very, very strong midfield battle. It'll be a strong midfield situation, and I think we'll scrape it either 1-0 or 2-1.
I expect Wood will score, hopefully.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not bothered if he scores or not.
Yeah, but he need to score. He need to score.
Yeah, he might need to score. But the thing is, if he's doing the job of disrupting their defence and taking players away from players like San Maximan, from Guimaraes, from Joe Linton, if he can take them players away and, it gives people like Fraser a chance to get at the box. It gives people like Sam Maximan to do his business. John Joe Shelby on the edge of the box. Dan Burn, Chris Wood gives you that. He gives you that added extra. And if he gets his goal, I'll be on the moon for him. He's a big enough lad, and Aston Villa, the way they play, might suit him down to the ground, because Aston Villa aren't a big team at the back. So I think he could cause them bother. But if he scores or not, I think whether he does or not doesn't bother me. He's got enough about him to upset the apple cart, and that's what's good about him.
I want your opinion on our key player now. Our two key player. We have Maximin and we have Guimaraes. So how you think they can manage to play together for a team's sake?
You play them on opposite sides. Maxi's already proved he can play either down the right-hand side or down the left-hand side.
Yeah, but I think they both look like a playmaker, and it's very hard to have two playmakers in the team.
No, I don't think it is. We've had Hatem Ben Arfa, and we've had Kabais, and we've had players like that play alongside each other. It sometimes can complement, because what you've got then, you've got two people who the opposition don't know what they're going to do, who's going to do what next, who's going to be on the ball, who's going to be doing this, who's going to be doing that.
So you mean I shouldn't be worried, because I can't feel worried, because last I think attack Maxi should pass the ball for Guimaraes in last.
Yeah, but he done all the hard work, and he could have laid it off. But he done all the hard work, and give him his due. He had a goal, but he's on 3 or 4 times before that. He had the ball. But trusted.
Yeah, but I think the professional teams, if my team bring a new player, my job as a player is to welcome my new teammate, and I try to give him the confidence and support him by give him a score or help him to get with the team.
You don't need to give players like Guimaraes confidence. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. You are right. You are
You know,
right, but at least, not confidence. Maybe I misspoken, but I mean, like, give him some support or welcoming, and let him indulge quickly with the team.
yeah, but let's not forget Gamara should be on the pitch for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Be on a pitch for
Yeah, I
5
mean, we
minutes.
just excited. Brilliant,
Yeah, but
brilliant.
to me, that'll come. That will come. You'll get Maxi doing that more often. You'll get Gamarash doing that more often, and it'll be either Maxi on the end of it or Gamarash on the end of it. You know, let's just hope that the two of them can work together, and I think they will work together. And I think, like you said, defenders will not know who to pick up, because if they pick up Maxi, Gamarash is free. If they pick up Gamarash, Maxi's free. Win-win. You know, we've got two players who are going to mess with your heads. We're going to take two players who are going to cause the biggest shithousery on the pitch, because that's what they're there for.
Shithousery. All right. Hopefully, I'm like really. We all looking forward for the game, and I would like to ask you, what is the latest on Dan Ashworth? We know that he's from Brighton, and he meet Eddie Howe in a Brighton game in 6th of November, and we noticed that. I want to ask you two questions, actually. First one, at that moment, Dan Ashworth was offered. Do you think he's thinking about the deal? There was expectation to come from that moment. This is first question, and second question, what is the word in Newcastle regarding this signing, especially now after just 1 week of the transfer window finish?
Well, I think there is every expectation that Dan Ashworth is currently in negotiations with the board, and he will be, in the next week or so, he'll be announced as the new director of football. But let's not forget, it's not massively important at the moment. At the moment, the transfer windows are shut. So if Dan Ashworth comes in this week, next week, or March, doesn't make any difference, because it'll come from that. He'll know which players that he's interested in, or players he likes, and how that's going to fit in. He'll know how Eddie Howe works. He'll know that already from the experience that he's had in the Premier League. So if he comes in now or in March, doesn't make any difference. I think you bring his style of player to Newcastle, no matter when it is, and we don't need him now. We need him for the new window coming up, which doesn't open until June. So let's just see. He could come in, but let's not forget as well, Mark Overmars has left his post in Ajax as well. He's left, so he's available as well. And he was touted as a director of football before Dan Ashworth was. So,
but most of the resources talking about Ashworth. Dave, I still need an answer. Do you think that he looked like Eddie Howe saying, "I will call you after the game"? So, at that moment, it was offering for him to join, or just he saying hi to all the bad.
I would just probably just saying hi, because I mean, even at that point when Eddie Howe was there meeting you, he was too interested in meeting Alwaleed first, and then he's seen Dan Ashworth. So, no, I don't think that at that point. I don't think there would be anything in his mind. I think Dan Ashworth was there at that game, because he's a Brighton director of football. That's where he was sitting. So I don't think there was anything in it. Nothing in it at all. Not there.
Yeah, but when he said, "I will call you," that means
he just said, "Give me a call. Let's talk." but he could have been talking about anything.
Okay.
You know, you'd like to think that, but let's not make 5 out of 2 and 2. You know, let's just wait until things have sorted, and then
but you know, we enjoy digging for the details and for that's our job now.
Yeah, we like to speculate, don't we? We like to speculate.
Yeah.
But the transfer window, since the transfer window closed, I think we've got a good decent. We've got 5 good players through the door. We've got possibility of 2 players who've already said they want to come in, Botman and in Diego Carlos. I think they could be the next 2 players that we sign. And they'll be signed as soon as the transfer window opens. I think that's a given. I think Ekitike, I think he's probably going off to someone like Arsenal or Spurs. I think that's what he's been holding out for. And we now hear that Arsenal are interested in him. We now hear that Spurs are interested in him. But I think with Botman and Carlos, they could be the next 2 signings to the door. We've done enough work already to convince them to come. And then
Carlos and Botman, the most 2 names we were talking in the January. Botman and Carlos.
They'll see we've signed Guimaraes. They'll see that now and think, I want to be there. I said I wanted to be there in the transfer window. Me owner wouldn't sell me, but I'm going to make sure I get to Newcastle.
I know this is early, but how many players do you think we get in the summer?
How many players we get in the summer?
Window extra.
And
let's talk. Let's say that target is away off. So
I think we'd probably get 4.
So that's a new team.
Yeah, we'll have a new team. But that's what you've got to look at now, Alwaleed. We're no longer one of the also rans. We're now a team who's going to be expected to do things. We're going to be expected to be the next Man City. You know, we don't expect it, but everybody else expects it. Everybody else will be expecting.
Hopefully better.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Before going to question, let's take some of the tweets. Of course, we are working now on sending our membership cards, and any Newcastle fans really interested in joining us, you are welcome. We will trying to make this membership card helpful, especially in Saudi Arabia and also in Newcastle and other places, as well as Dubai and Gulf area, Middle East area. Just by a click, just by register by email. Also, we have here a funny actually comment about from Saint Maximin, as always. Someone says to Saint Maximin, he described him before the game. He's apparently a Everton fan. He said average player deserved to play in the championship, and he said average was enough for you today.
Yeah, it was. Was more than enough for Everton.
Dave, this was true that Dubravka for Henderson.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
That would have been the football club.
No. I mean, who's the winner here? If that happened, if that happened, if this exchange happened,
I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. I would have possibly, if you're talking Darlow for Henderson, yes, but not Dubravka.
I watched Henderson a few times. Is he that good? I didn't think he's good yet.
He's not. That's the whole point. He's still too young for a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers have got to be a decent age because it's an art. The goalkeeping is an art, which is why a lot of goalkeepers don't really become the best until they get to the late 20s. and some goalkeepers have gone on to play up until they were 40, because that's what the goalkeeper's about. It's about knowing all that. So you bring Henderson in, where's he going to be? He's going to be on the bench. He's not going to start. We've done this before. We did this with Fraser Foster. Fraser was a fantastic goalkeeper for the juniors and stuff like that. But as soon as he started playing in the first team, he was making mistakes left, right, and centre. So they loaned him to Celtic. And when he was at Celtic, he became a fantastic goalkeeper. But by then, when he went down to Southampton. He became a Southampton goalkeeper. And he stayed at Southampton. So, no, I think stick with Dubravka. He's made a couple of mistakes this year, but the reason why he's made those mistakes is because he's had to cover for a poor defence.
Exactly.
But
we are gonna definitely getting a decent goalkeeper in the summer.
Yeah, we probably will need another goalkeeper. We've got Woodman's gone. He's too young to be first team. Darlow is too. He's
Darlow,
he's a risk.
It's good for for a backup.
Yeah. So there is room for another goalkeeper, but that doesn't mean we won't go to Manchester United and try and sign Henderson to play underneath Dubravka, to play alongside Dubravka, with a thought that Dubravka might have only another year, 2 years to go. I can remember there was always a battle between Shea Given and Steve Harper as to who was the best goalkeeper. And as soon as Shea Given was fit, Steve Harper got dropped all the time. Shea Given was always going to be the number one goalkeeper. But I go back to when I was younger. I was watching Steve Harper train with Pav Cernacek. I've got photographs of Steve Harper throwing the ball at Cernacek for him to do all the work, and I'm thinking Harps was a good goalkeeper, but he was never going to be as good as Pav. He was never going to be as good as Shea Given, and when he did get his place, it was only because Shea Given left. So Dubravka's number one, Henderson will be number two, if it happens.
I totally agree, Dave. Joelinton, he's a great player, of course, and now he's getting better, and he did great games. But yesterday, he's in front. He's, as Lee Reader says, he make a shot and hits his face. Yeah, this was 1 million, and I think this was in the morning. I think now it's 2 million views. It was really, that's goal. If it's scored, I think we will kill the game very early. So what do you think? Until when Joelinton doing one good thing in every 10 games?
No, I think last night was just a blip back to his old self. He took his eye off the ball, kicked the ground instead of the ball. So it's just one of those things. Yeah. I think even his eyes lit up. He saw the opportunity, and I think he just panicked.
No, I think he make he was in the processing of two action. Mm-hmm. He thinking was two things. He should try to hit the ball directly, or he will try to pass the players. It's like he didn't take action very quickly. Two action in one. So
yeah,
it was so funny.
We were, and of course, from where I was, we was at the other side of the ground, and all we could just see was his leg go, and the ball. He missed the ball. I think, what the hell's happened there? But
I play too much football. I never did this in my life to hit my face.
I've seen I've seen lots of players kick the ball, have air shots. Ronaldo for my neck.
I have no problem with you miss the ball. No problem.
No.
But all right, it was really, and it was spreading all the world, all the account. Yeah. Okay, that's a new show. We do it in match day in Arabic. It's good for expanding the fan base in Saudi Arabia, which is starting to growing very much regarding for supporting Newcastle.
Yeah.
Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman?
Yeah, there's Abdurrahman, many friends here.
No, your friend who we spoke to who was...
no, that was different Abdurrahman.
What was that?
That was different one.
Right. He was on the phone. He was talking to me last night at the ground last night. He was texting me from... He was asking... He said
Fawaz, you mean? Fawaz, you mean? You mean Fawaz?
Not Fawaz, no. Abdurrahman, no, your friend who we spoke to on the Chris show. No, when we had our Chris show.
Abdurrahman, yeah.
Abdurrahman, yeah.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be coming last night to Newcastle. And he was supposed to be coming for Aston Villa, but he's now put it off. Would you believe he's now come to watch Newcastle versus Brighton? What is it with you Saudi Arabians? You have to watch Newcastle play Brighton.
Yeah, see.
Anyway, he's now coming on the 5th of March to Newcastle. He's got a ticket. He was asking about places to stay. And obviously I was telling him last night about the hotel across the road, the one that you wanted to stop in, the Sandman Signature.
Yeah.
So I was telling him that's where he wants to stop. But that's where if there's more people coming from Saudi Arabia to watch the football matches, we need on your show with your Arab show on a night team after the match. If you're going to mention something, can you tell them if they want to come to Newcastle to try and get their tickets first, because tickets are selling out very, very fast. And I hate to think that somebody comes across and they can't get a ticket.
Yeah, absolutely right. And they have idea actually about that. And funny thing you're taking yesterday, exactly 40 minutes before kickoff, someone someone asking me in the Twitter, and he actually I didn't think he was a Saudi, but he was from Middle East. He said, out from where? Do you have a ticket for the game tonight? It's not tonight. It's now.
Yeah.
What do you see me? And it's like I'm a bookie or something. It was funny.
Yeah.
And he was totally serious. But I will re-mention that, of course.
That's what you should do. There's you should go on nufc.com. They're a good website to go on, and down the side they've got all the ticket information about when tickets get released and when the general public can apply for them. Now, what you could do is put some of that on your program, just to say, this is the game, this is who we're playing, this is the date. Tickets are available from this date. Tickets are available from that date. If people want to come, then they need to know they can go and get tickets. Because
that's good idea. Let's start do that. Yeah.
What shocked me last night, there was ticket touts outside St James's Park.
Yeah, the 1 month ahead. Yeah.
Ticket touts. Selling tickets for hundreds of pounds.
Wow.
Because there's that much people want to come and watch Newcastle play, and people are being ripped off, because these ticket touts have got tickets, and they'll buy a ticket off somebody so the ticket price might be £28, £30. So they'll pay somebody £50 to buy it off them, but they'll charge somebody else who couldn't buy it £100, £200, £300, depending on who we're playing. So if we've got more people coming from the Middle East, they need to be sure that before you come, unless you've got a big bank, your big fat wallet full of money, that you buy a ticket beforehand, because we don't want people missing out. Certainly not at the hands of ticket touts.
Yeah, that's totally true. Steve Wraith says, and I want you to say your opinion, Dave. Talking about Trippier, this is the best right back I have seen at UFC in my 38 years. Agree,
No,
Dave, or no? So who's the best right back for
the best right back I've ever seen was a guy called Irving Natras.
Irvin
Natras.
Yeah.
He was,
when he play?
When did he play? Back in the 1970s.
Oh.
He was one hell of a right back, and he had one of the best shots. He could hit the ball on the run, and he was called lead boots, because he could hit the ball that hard, it would fly into the net. He played alongside Malcolm McDonald and people like that. Natras is one of the best players, one of the best right backs I've seen. But Trippier isn't far off that, mind. Trippier's a class defender.
We'll see
how many games. How many games has he played? He's played 4 games.
Exactly. So let's wait 2 years and we'll see if this will change or not.
Yeah.
Last tweet we have before going to question. We miss our friend Nick DiMarco, and he's back in the tune. Do you think this is just a visit, lovely, and just a casual visit, or maybe some case, or maybe something about the sponsors or a club in need? What do you think?
I think he's found a love for Newcastle. I think because he's got descendants who are from Newcastle as well. Some of his family are from Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he made such a lot of good friends in Newcastle.
He's from Brighton.
Yeah, he's from Brighton.
So maybe he came for Dan Ashworth, something work related, maybe.
No, because he's a sports lawyer. So if he's involved in anything, he's probably involved in Mike Ashley's suing Amanda Stately. You know what I mean?
Okay, maybe.
But no, I think the real thing about Nick is, I think he's in Newcastle now. He likes the people, he likes the places, he likes how he got received. So I think he likes Newcastle. But like I say, he's got family who own restaurants in Newcastle.
Maybe baker as well, bakery.
Ice cream parlors.
No bakery.
No, ice cream parlors. Ice cream. Didn't sell. Not bakery, but not cakes, not stotties. No, ice cream. So
yeah,
that's why he's not making bread anymore. He stopped making bread.
No, I think he did last month. I think he said long time I didn't make one. Brilliant. All the best for Nick DiMarco. Ibrahim says, I think we have option to buy Target. We don't. It's a straight loan.
Yeah.
Guy Brush 3 boot. When he overlaps Maxi, he takes defender away. Okay. Yeah. He said there is no option to buy for Target, as far as I know. You're right. Love Dummett, but he doesn't get past half the way line. Dummett, he's because he was absent for a long period of time, so we can't really judge him because of that. Dummett. Yeah.
Dummett will be gone in the summer.
Yeah. See, here you go. Manquillo has play left back because actually I'm thrilled about Manquillo because And there is something interesting about Manquillo, which is the more he's gone, he gets back better. No.
The one
Really
thing though is that Trippier can play right back and he can play left back.
Yeah.
Now, Manquillo is better as a right back. So it might be that Trippier will move across to the left and they'll put Manquillo in on the right.
That could be.
Let's wait and see. You know.
That could be happen, yeah. And we noticed Southgate yesterday sitting next to Merdad and Amanda. If you say, maybe you didn't know that Southgate was attending and sitting next to Merdad last night.
I didn't know that.
Know that. So I noticed Southgate come lately. This is the second time I saw him coming for Newcastle games.
Yeah.
Do you think he put some eyes on some player? Do you think more, or maybe just Trippier, or maybe
Trippier? Probably. He probably come to check on Trippier, but also that he had a few players in the Everton team as well that he would want to check on.
I think he impressed about Trippier last night.
Yeah, I think he'd be less impressed with old dinosaur hands. So.
Well, for me, actually, I like the dinosaur guy. I think he's a good goalkeeper. He did great in the Euros. Okay.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
All right. You know better, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, not because he's a Sunderland background.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Okay, good. Brahim, I think Joelinton striker. Are you serious, Brahim? Did you see what he did? Okay. We saw Guimaraes come for Willock. So yeah, I would see that. Yeah, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't make me remember. Take it easy. I think also confidence is very low in Everton, but this is also very weird.
Yeah.
Ali was shocking. Actually, not shocking. Actually, if he did great or he played great, that's shocking. But this is Dele Ali since 2 years, since Pochettino left Tottenham.
Yeah.
I hope they have hard battle, cashing leads around. Yeah, let's check the results. Quick.
Yeah.
Let's see, maybe first half. Oh, my phone is hanged. Other phone is hanged.
Yeah, I'll have a look on mine.
One 0 Norwich.
To Norwich.
Boki, first minute.
Pookie, all right. Well, that'll put us in the bottom 3 again if they win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they are more games, so no worries.
Yeah.
No, I think Crystal Palace will do something.
Crystal Palace will do something, yeah.
Anyway, Villa have lost more games than us this season, unbelievably.
Yeah.
Really? We didn't know that.
Oh. Yeah, but they've won more. They've won more.
Here. After 45 seconds. But still early. Yeah. Please translate. We agree 4 million times, my friends. We have now show in English, and next week hopefully we'll do something with Arabic, Geordie, as we start with Dave, but with because a lot of events happened last month. We're getting away, and we will back to study and school next week. Hopefully.
And we'll talk more in Arabic, from next week. I think we'll get back to what we were. We'll speak and then you'll translate. We'll get back. And then I'll speak and then I'll translate for you.
In a few minutes I will have another show with Mr. L, and it's going to be in Arabic. بعد شوي راح نسوي برنامج بالعربي يا عبود. Good evening, Alwaleed.
And guest.
And guest.
Dave.
It's Dave.
Dave.
Actually, I'm the guest. What do you think when Bruno said if Eddie Howe have give him a goalkeeper role, Bruno will have? This is a great thing. This is good spirit, and he want to make his. He really want to be indulging with the team very quickly. What do you think, guest?
What's that?
What do you think of this opinion? Or this saying? Why he say that, Bruno? Is it just he's excited?
No, I think if Eddie Howard said to Bruno, you're going on as a goalkeeper, he would have been happy. So that's the way we'd all like to be. We just want to be on the pitch. We just want to be playing. We want to be there. And there was a one point when we got a corner right in the last couple of minutes, and Guimaraes turned to the Gallagher, and he was going, how he was saying, come on. And the crowd got behind him and was shouting, Bruno, Bruno. And you could see how excited he was to be on the pitch. So if Eddie Howard said, you're going and goal, I think he said, yeah, right, okay, I'm going and goal. Just to be on the pitch.
Hopefully we'll not need this option anytime soon.
No.
Okay, Tom Dixon, how do you, mate? Do you think we will have a streak of winning now, mate? Yes, why not? Why not? Why not?
We've got 2 wins in a row, so yes, why not?
Villa, West Ham.
We always do well at West Ham. Brentford, I think we'll do that. I think from there, if we get from them games, we've got Aston Villa, West Ham, Brentford, 7 points.
Wow.
Out of them 3 games.
Yeah, so that's a 2 win and 1 draw, and I expect this as well. But I kind of afraid a bit from West Ham because I think they are better from these 3.
Yeah.
But as you said, we play usually good against them sometimes. To everyone here, who do you think man of the match? Everton yesterday, man of the match. It's Trippier.
Maxi.
For me, it's Trippier.
Maxi, from minute 1, Maxi caused them problems. They didn't know what he was going to do.
But yes, exactly. But let's say that also because I think Target was much decent and he was covering Maxi back. So I think Maxi have no much defense rules as well. Wood.
Do you want your best players being defenders or attackers?
Yes, exactly.
I want them being attackers,
of course,
and I want you to be defenders to be defenders. But if you've got a special talent like Trippier, who can do what he can do with the ball, he's going to get some man of the matches. But yesterday, like I say, Everton didn't know what to do with Maxi. Maxi had them tied up, and he was even making crosses, unlike Maxi. Maxi doesn't pass the ball normally, but he passed the ball 3 or 4 times yesterday, and we even scored from one of them. So Maxi was man of the match for me. Trippier was second man of the match. Target was third man of the match.
We want to know, Gary, your man of the match. Tell us, please, Gary. Tom says, "What do you start Bruno?" Basically, I would, of course, better instead of Willock, maybe.
Yeah, instead of Willock, yes.
Where do you think Newcastle will finish in the league? For me, it's still early, but I think it's going to be 12, 13, and 12.
I think we'll finish about 15th.
Could be.
I think we'll finish 15th. I think it's too much for it to get up. I think there's possibility of too much to get up to 12th, which is where we finished the last couple of seasons, but I think 15th. As long as it's not 18th, 19th, or 20th, I'm not bothered. As long as we're at 17th and upwards, I'm not bothered.
At the end, we would like to thank you, Dave, for joining us. Regardless your throat injury from the game yesterday,
Let's get
get some ginger and lemon, with warm water, of course, and hopefully we'll get better.
Ginger and walnut. Alwaleed, you've beaten Newcastle. The way we sort out sore throats is a bit of whiskey and a bit of honey and a little bit of water, and that's the way to do it. It's called a hot toddy. Hot toddy. That sorts your bad throats out.
That's new. That's new. Thank you all for listening and for watching as well, and see you in a few minutes with Mr. L. نراكم بعد قليل بحلقتنا الخاصة بنيوكاسل وآخر أخبار نيوكاسل باللغة العربية. شكرا لك يا ديف.
Cheers.
Good night.
Good night, lads.
Take me home.